I'm so excited. This is going to be such a good one. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to this amazing channel. Today, we have a wonderful, epic guest who has had a huge transformation. Say hello to Lawrence Richardson. He has lost about 62 pounds going vegan about 1 year ago. And not only that, he has reversed type 2 diabetes and so many other things. I think he had high cholesterol before, high blood pressure. A lot of things have happened. So let's find out. His story just caught my eye on social media, and this is going to be such a good one. So stick around to the end. Let's hop into it. Hey, Lawrence, how's it going?
Doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm amazing. You're all the way in Texas. I'm in Toronto. We're going to have a great chat today. So, about 1 year ago, you decided to go vegan. Take us back. Tell us what inspired you to try that out, and how did you start, and what happened?
Definitely. Well, thank you so much, Jillian, for giving me the privilege to be on your show and share my transformation. So basically, most of my life, I've had ups and downs regarding health. I've
Mhm.
struggled with sleep apnea, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and type 2 diabetes. Growing up, I also ate the standard American diet, which contributes to my unhealthy lifestyle. In my early 30s, my doctor made me aware that I had type 2 diabetes, elevated blood pressure, and cholesterol. At the time, I decided to do a 60-day juice fast based on inspiration I saw on a YouTube video. I made it to 55 days and actually lost an amazing 50 pounds. I felt amazing after the juice fast was completed.
Mhm.
Now, after the juice fast, I ate primarily raw fruits and vegetables. And about 1 year later, I decided to get into bodybuilding and I started eating meat again, unfortunately.
Mhm.
So, for about 4 years of bodybuilding, I trained hard. I lost a lot of weight, but I struggled with a restrictive diet. And after my bodybuilding competitions, I would go off my contest diet and binge on junk food. I would gain unnecessary weight, unhealthy weight. And after my bodybuilding competitions, gain all that weight, it basically devastated me. So the cycle repeated for about 4 years. My relationship with food was very unhealthy. So I decided to stop competing in bodybuilding competitions because it was so restrictive and I felt like it wasn't helping my long-term health. So fast forward a little bit, in November 2022, I had an annual physical exam. My doctor told me that my type 2 diabetes, cholesterol, and high blood pressure were severely elevated. I was put on three prescription medications and I was advised to go on a plant-based diet. So I followed my doctor's advice. I did my research on plant-based lifestyle and I jumped into the lifestyle head first. And so over 1 year ago, basically I adopted a whole plant-based diet while incorporating physical fitness. And
Mhm.
as of today, I've lost 62 pounds. I'm no longer on prescription medications and I'm thriving.
This is crazy. Yay.
Yes.
Wow. This is
Thank
so
you.
amazing. Way to go. Congratulations. I have so many questions. I don't even know where to start, but this is crazy. This is crazy. And I was just watching a documentary the other night. I forget what it's called. I think it's You Are What You Eat, the twin experiment. Have you seen
Yes.
that? I haven't
I,
seen
ha-
the last episode, so I don't know the results yet.
I haven't, but I'm very anxious to check it out.
But I've watched most of it and I've kind of heard the results in social media, that kind of the posts that say like all the studies showed that like the vegan was better in that. But the mayor of
Correct.
New York was in that and he had type 2 diabetes and he was so inspiring in that because going plant-based reversed that. And I didn't realize until seeing that. Fortunately, I've never had diabetes. I do know family members that have it and a lot of people who do
Mhm.
have it nowadays. But I didn't realize how severe it could be. I didn't realize that it could lead to blindness. You can lose your eyesight. I didn't realize you could have to be amputated and lose like fingers, toes, or I know toes, feet. I mean, I'm not an expert, but this is very scary, right? You must have been scared when you heard this news. And what really inspired you to do the plant-based? What inspired you to do that? Was it something
Yeah.
in
So,
particular you saw?
so first off, my doctor, she recommended it.
Oh, that's
And
right. That's right.
yeah, and I actually grew up in a vegetarian household, but I had the option to eat meat or vegetarian options. But what really inspired me was my family. At the time I was 40 years old, and I have two young kids, two young girls, Charlotte and Rose, 4 and 2 years old, and a beautiful wife. And I was just thinking, what would my life be like if I was in a wheelchair with amputated legs or amputated fingers or organs failing due to diabetic complications? And so I just, at that moment, it was a wake up call sitting on the exam room table in the doctor's room. And I said to myself, look, I'm going to get serious today. I'm going to take a recommendation. I'm going to go home. I'm going to do the research it takes to be successful in this lifestyle. And so I did just that. I went home. I researched about an alkaline plant based diet motivated by Dr. Sebi. And I had a little food chart and I said, look, I can eat these things and these are the things I can't eat. I implemented those things on a daily basis. And I didn't waver from it. I include my workouts. I ate properly. I was drinking a lot of water with like key limes, basically squeezed into it. I went all in, and essentially about 3 months later, I could tell a big difference in my blood sugar levels. And essentially about 9 months into this lifestyle change, my blood results were so great from my doctor's results that I got off all three medications, basically controlling my lifestyle with my food.
Wow, your doctor must have been so happy too, right? And amazed. The results must just be night and day from before starting to like the ones 9 months in, right?
Yes, night and day. She was calling me her star patient essentially, and was wishing that other patients would take her advice and transform their life with this phenomenal lifestyle. So she was very happy with it.
Well, we're gonna find out exactly what you did. And good thing you had such a good doctor that recommended that. I mean, I guess most doctors are getting on the plant-based train, right? And recommend that now, but thank God.
Yes.
And so what exactly were you eating? Like what you went home, you made the changes. What exactly did you
Mhm.
start eating to lead to all these positive changes?
Absolutely. So I was eating like 5 meals a day. So I was eating like my first couple of meals a day would be smoothies. It'd be like blueberries and strawberries. I'd blend up in my Vitamix. I would enjoy those. My next 3 meals would be like a lot of kale, a lot of quinoa, and chickpeas. And I put like peppers, onions, and mushrooms in there just for flavor. So it was mainly a lot of green leafy vegetables with a little bit of protein in the beans and the quinoa, and that really nourished me and helped my health to recover completely. So it was outstanding.
Yeah, and you're definitely not withering away. I know some people think like, especially for a guy, they think you still want to have the muscle, you still want to look really good. And they think like a year vegan, like who knows what's gonna happen to your muscle. But like I'm looking at your before and after pictures, like you've got a lot of muscle. You look better than ever. So how do you think you've maintained that muscle? Like for guys watching or for girls who like want to keep that muscle and get bigger in the gym, do you have any secrets or tips for how you've done that?
I do. So I got kind of scientific about it. I started to research kind of like what other vegans do in order to live an active lifestyle. And so I looked up a few individuals who are like triathlons, they lifted weights. And so they were
Mhm.
eating like a ratio of like 60% carbohydrates, 20% proteins, and 20% fats. And so I took that information to my fitness pal. I started plugging in all my meals until it came up to the calorie range and the macronutrients range that would be sufficient for my lifestyle. And once I put that in, I just essentially every day made sure I weighed and measured my food and ate the same thing every day, and also incorporated a active workout schedule, like 5 or 6 days working out in the gym, where I would do cardio, strength training. And what happens is if you keep on doing the same thing over and over again, you'll eventually get the results you need. And so I built up that physique based on the research I did and the nutrition that I ate.
Wow. And so do you think these things like that you had, like well, obviously in your case, do you think in most cases, like the diabetes, high blood pressure, these things are mostly food related?
Definitely food related. It's really your lifestyle. I was eating anything and everything, fast food related, fried, you name it. I was partaking in it. And so anybody who has type 2 diabetes that's listening to this conversation now, you can change your lifestyle as long as you change your lifestyle with a whole plant-based diet. It takes time, it takes consistency, but it's very possible to reverse your issues and be healthy.
Yeah, and a lot of people think like so you're having smoothies with all these blueberries, you've been juicing and stuff like that too, right? Like a lot of people think, "Oh, those blood sugars," like some people will watch my reels and they'll say you're going to get diabetes and like I used to have blood sugar problems before I went raw. They said I had
Yes,
hypoglycemia, so I wasn't diabetic, but it was they said I had
right.
hypoglycemia, which I think, I don't know, I'm not a doctor, is on the track for diabetes, but I don't know. But since being raw, I've never had a problem. So your blood sugars have been great now, right? Even with like the fruit smoothies and things like that?
Yes, they're actually at their best when I'm eating the fruit and fruit smoothies in abundance. I mean, my normal blood sugar is under 120, and mine hovers in the range of like 80 to 100. And so it's really the lifestyle, because I have a background, or my family has a background of diabetes. But just because your background has a history of it doesn't mean that you have to suffer from it. It's strictly due to your lifestyle.
Yeah, fascinating. And have the people around you been supportive? And has your life changed in any other ways? I know like your health has changed, all these other things. Has all this health within like had any external changes as well?
It has. A lot of my family have adopted healthier ways. As a result of being in this lifestyle, I joined some vegan communities. And so, I gained more confidence. I gained more clarity of what was important to me in life. And so now I have my own private group where I inspire, mentor, and coach other people to basically level up their commitment to a healthier lifestyle. And so it's changed my life in the fact that I educate people now, I mentor them, and I basically hold their hand and lead them to solutions to help them be successful with their health. And so that's been the biggest change for me, honestly.
That's amazing, and I'll link that down below too. This has just been amazing, and I'm wondering, like, how do you feel? Like, because you said you used to be big into bodybuilding, eating a lot of meat.
Mhm.
How do you feel like as a person and in your everyday life? How do you feel like mentally, physically on that lifestyle? I'm curious. Versus like the vegan. Do you notice, people say you're more aggressive when you eat meat, or you're this, or you're this, or you're more spiritual when you eat vegan. Like, do you notice any differences in how you felt then versus now?
Definitely a big parallel. And so I would say then I was always tired. I didn't have the energy, even though I ate often. I was always feeling sluggish and worn out with the active lifestyle I had and the nutrition I was eating. I wasn't recovering very well. Now I recover very quickly. I'm not very sore after workouts. The inflammation is pretty much non-existent. I would just say my mental clarity is on point. I'm more grateful for the little things compared to before this lifestyle. I often am outdoors in nature. I walk in and I sit there and I reflect on how blessed I am to be a part of this lifestyle and how it's transformed my life. And so it makes me more grateful for just the little things because I wouldn't be in this situation if I wouldn't have taken extreme ownership and dedicate my life to this. So I'm grateful
Yeah.
for basically a lot more than I was in the past.
And would you say like this has been one of the best years of your life then? Like the last year, this transformation?
Yeah, it's been amazing. It's almost undescribable how amazing it's been, but it's really leveled up my mindset. It's leveled up my commitment to health. It's leveled up my desire to be a leader and to help other people as well. So honestly, on a day in, day out basis, I'm posting my results online, I'm posting my lifestyle online. And it really gives me opportunity for other people to see my transformation and I'm able to witness to them and basically tell them, with the right mindset, with consistency, with dedication, the proper execution, you can achieve health and your health is your wealth. And so I want everybody to partake of that.
Yeah, it's so amazing, 'cause especially with something so severe as type 2 diabetes, like who knows where you were headed, right? If you didn't make these changes.
Yes, it's scary.
Yeah, you've really taken control. It's amazing. And my viewers, they know you. Like I posted in the community section and they were like, "We love Lawrence. We have questions for him." So I'm going to ask some of their questions as well. Somebody said, "How many hours does he spend in the gym per week? And what is his caloric intake per day?" A breakdown of the macros would be great because you are really fit.
Yeah, so I would say hours a day. I'll break it down by day versus week. So I'm doing 30 minutes of cardio. It's either outdoors, running on a trail in nature, or it's on the treadmill. Strength training, I'm isolating different body parts each day. It might be chest, it might be legs the next day. So I'm in there maybe total 30 to 45 minutes. So we're talking maybe an hour and 15 minutes a day. As far as macronutrients and nutrition, I'm probably taking in about 2,350 calories a day. And the macro range is about 60% carbohydrates, 20% fats, and 20% proteins. That's what works for me in my lifestyle. It's always different for everyone, depending on your lifestyle and how much you weigh and all that stuff.
And I'm just wondering, like, do you have any tips for how to get started if somebody's watching, whether they have diabetes or whether they're just feeling like crap, they can't get a hold of the cravings? Like, any tips for
Mhm.
somebody? Like, people always ask, like, where to start. So, what
Yeah,
would you say if they ask where to start?
great question. So I'd say start doing your research. Start figuring out what was a healthy lifestyle because most of us come from a standard American lifestyle. So for me, I did my research into what plant-based was healthy. There's vegan junk food and there's whole plant-based, which is very healthy and will sustain you for a lifetime. So do your research. Once you do your research, come up with a plan. Figure out how to implement these things into your daily life, whether you're going to take baby steps and substitute some of your standard American diet stuff with your now whole plant-based stuff. Just start incorporating. Just start because literally, if you start, that will take you a long way versus, oh, I have to be perfect. I have to have this just right. No, just start. Join a great community because literally in communities they're sharing recipes, they're supporting you, they're motivating you. You'll see other people's stories. You can post how you're feeling, whether good or bad. And if you're feeling bad, you're gonna have people who are gonna uplift you and support you and basically show you the path to go because I noticed in this lifestyle, everybody is friendly and they want everyone to be successful to join a community. And lastly, be consistent. Once you've done your research, once you've basically identified a path or a schedule for yourself, whether it be nutrition and fitness, stick with that. You're not going to see results in a week, but do it for a long period of time so you can measure your progress over time. that's a good, and then maybe take pictures and weigh yourself as well. That can also be a good measure of progress. But, I'd say all those steps, all those culmination of steps would really help somebody get started and lead them down the right path to health.
Yeah, great tips. And how long did it take you to like feel good?
Wow, great question. So I started in November 2022 around Thanksgiving, and around about 4 weeks later, I started to feel amazing. I was heavy into coffee, energy drinks, pre-workout stuff, but I noticed I had a lot of energy. And so I was feeling amazing, energized about 4 weeks later. Yes, I'd say about 4 weeks, I was starting to see some serious benefits energy wise and health wise.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's not long, I think like you can totally start feeling better, change your life within a month, within a couple months. It's not much
Yes.
time. And somebody said, how does he come up with new challenges for himself? I do think that success is in setting goals. He seems to be able to move quickly into his next new goals, and they are short, attainable goals. How can we not fall complacent into complacency after a goal and find what to do next? Do you have a coach?
Well, I don't currently have a coach. And so I'm just led based on my passion for this lifestyle and health. So I had a 30-day challenge where I participated. We ate nothing but fruits in my private group. And then after that, I wanted to set up another challenge for 90 days. It started at the new year, and it's called Raise Your Standards. And so within this challenge, I give them a little homework assignment where we identify your why, because we all know you have a strong why. You hold it near and dear to your heart. It's going to help fuel you during the times when you may not feel like being consistent, or you don't want to work out, you don't want to eat healthy. Next is come up with a realistic nutrition plan that works for you. So not everybody's going to eat fruit. Not everybody's going to be raw vegan. Not everybody's going to be eating cooked vegan food. So let's be realistic with a nutrition plan that works for each individual so that we can have diversified members to participate and get healthy. And the next, let's come up with realistic workouts. And so everybody's not on the same as far as their physical capability. So it might be some people might be doing chair exercises, some people might be doing weightlifting. So once we identify that, then we want to look at how are we going to measure this, and where do we see ourselves from day 1 to day 90? Where do you want to be? So if you have a vision of where you're going, then that's going to get you excited and keep you motivated along the trail. And so raising your standards challenge is taking all these things, grouping them together to change your mindset, to change the structure of your life to help you level up. And I didn't only do it for my private clients, I also did it for myself, because we all know what challenges, it helps you level up your commitment to anything, no matter what you're doing. And so for me, I always try to find the next challenge to challenge myself, because I know that if we get stagnant, if we get sedentary mentally, that we can regress. And with my why being so strong for having health and longevity, I don't want that to happen. And so I challenge myself with different challenges so that I can keep my standards high and keep my level of commitment to this lifestyle high as well.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, you said 30 days only fruit. We got to talk about that. How did that go and what exactly did you eat?
Yes. So for the 30 days of fruit, it went amazingly. I was very happy with the results. So out of full transparency, when I started the challenge, it was kind of like, look, I had gained some unnecessary weight eating the whole plant-based foods. I wanted to clean things up. So I got up to about 265 pounds. I was like, look, we're not going to go backwards. Let's get a challenge going. So I implemented the fruit. I was eating apples, berries, any fruit that I desired, I was eating, but I was eating it in abundance. So the ticket, or the trick I always say, is the more you eat, the better you feel when it comes to fruit. Sometimes when people undereat, they don't feel as well, they don't feel energized, and they start reaching for the snacks and things that don't serve them. So eat as much as you need. That's what I did every day. I was eating 10 mandarins at one time, 10 apples, 4 cups of berries. I was going to town, but I did the same thing every day, had the same mindset, did the same execution, and I just took it day by day and just duplicated that over 30 days. And I lost 25 pounds in 30 days. It was pretty amazing.
And were you still at the gym then? You were at the gym when you were doing the fruit
Yeah.
cleanse? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And your blood sugar was still good on only the fruit.
Blood sugar was amazing. A lot of people, when I posted my results online, because I post on a daily basis just to give people inspiration, but they're like, you're eating too much fruit. And they didn't know I had diabetes in the past, but they're like, your sugar is going to get elevated. And I would just educate them a little bit on the reason why it wouldn't. But that's a misconception in the industry, that if you eat too much fruit, it can affect your health negatively.
Wow. And you're telling them, you're showing it how it is. It's amazing. I
Yes.
love it. And somebody said, what foods do you need to eat to gain muscle on a plant-based diet? And does he take any supplements or protein shakes that are 100% plant-based? That's a good question.
Yeah, so I do take full plant-based organic protein powder sometimes in my smoothies.
Hmm.
I take a vitamin D3, B12, and I take a sea moss capsules as well.
Cool.
As far as how to build muscle or what foods, I would just say you need to kind of do research into how many calories you're taking in, because if you're trying to build muscle, you either want to be at a maintenance level or be above a maintenance level. If you're trying to cut, you want to be basically below your set point for your maintenance level and be eating a deficiency. And so
Hmm.
I would say to that person, if you're trying to build muscle or maintain, you have to start basically eat a whole plant-based variety, and then use MyFitnessPal and other tools to determine the calories you need to intake and your macronutrients profile, and just keep on doing that consistently and doing strength training and cardio to help build muscle as well. That'd be my advice to them.
Okay. And are there any foods you avoid? Like any foods you've noticed that you've had to avoid that are even like healthy whole foods?
So yes, I avoid some nuts because I enjoy them a little too much. And
Hmm.
so if I enjoy something where it's going to sabotage my goals, I'll just eliminate altogether and I'll eat something else like avocados that's a healthy fat in lieu of nuts. Because if you can't control what you're intaking, no matter if it's healthy or not, anything that's healthy, not in moderation, will hurt you in the long run.
Absolutely. And are there any books or like anything that have really helped you on your path?
Not necessarily books, but just watching your podcast, watching your show, watching other influential people in the plant-based or all vegan industry has really helped my mindset, helped me level up my commitment to this lifestyle, and also follow a lot of people on Facebook, Instagram, and all that combination of just being exposed to it on an everyday basis. When you're exposed to something, it really shapes your mind and really shapes your focus on what's important. And for me, health is the most important thing, and that's how I've really stayed motivated through other people's influence.
Yeah. And the cholesterol perfect now and everything too, right?
Yeah, it really actually after about 2 or 3 months, my cholesterol dropped under, I guess it was 130, 40 points or something like that. Like it literally adopting the lifestyle and being super consistent with it really made it healthier in like 2 or 3 months. So cholesterol's on
Wow.
point right now.
And what
Yeah.
can happen if people have high cholesterol for a while?
A lot of negative things. It can affect your heart. It can cause a lot of serious issues. And so they always say, get your cholesterol, get your blood pressure, and all those things under control. Because if you don't, it's really going to cause some complications and really limit how long you're going to live.
Wow. Okay. And somebody said, how long did it take you to reverse the type 2 diabetes? I think it was about 9 months, right? Was
Correct.
it?
9 months was the point where my doctor felt confident that she was checking me regularly and she was saying, look, your numbers are always consistently good. You're eating the same thing all the time. I know your goal is to get off your medications, and now I give you the blessing and the thumbs up to do so because I'm confident with your lifestyle and these numbers that you can control it.
And
So it's about 9 months.
those medications must be expensive too, right? I'm in Canada, so everything's covered. But you guys pay there, right? I don't know. You probably have healthcare though anyway, right? But still, aren't
I,
they expensive?
I have healthcare, and it's a somewhat affordable, but I mean over time you can really think if your diabetes gets out of control, what's the next phase? It could be dialysis, it could be other things, and these
Hmm.
are very expensive things to pay into just because you're not taking care of your health. So yeah, I think tell everybody take heed, take care of yourself now, adopt the whole plant-based lifestyle because what you're doing is investing into your future self. When I'm taking care of myself, when I'm working out, I'm thinking about when I'm 50, when I'm 60, and when I'm 70. And so, I'm inspired based on that personality that when I'm that age, I'm going to be living, thriving, living my best life because I'm investing into my future self now.
I agree. That's the thing. So when people say this is expensive, it's not really because you're investing into yourself, right? And how old are you now for anybody who's wondering?
I'm 41.
Yes, exact same age as me. That's what I thought. Because I saw your email had an 82 in it. And I was like, oh, same as
Yes.
me, 82, 80s children. I love it. And
Right.
somebody said, wow, he looks so good. What made him change his diet? Whom inspired him to change to the plant-based diet? And is he taking plant-based protein? Well, I think you've answered most of that.
Mhm. Yes.
And has he lost any friends because of this lifestyle? That's a great question. My whole circle completely changed, literally. I don't think I have any of the same friends before, which is crazy, but I wouldn't change it for the world. No offense. Still love you guys, my old friends. But has he lost any friends and gained new friends?
So I've gained a lot of friends. So being online and being in all these different communities, you find a lot of people that you're like-minded with, and you
Hmm.
have similar energies and interests with. And so I've gained a lot of friends, and I participate in these healthy fruit challenges with them, and we're engaging all the time online. And it's so wonderful to have similar interests with someone. It could be just as simple as sharing the same lifestyle, and it's really been awesome. I'm blessed to have gained these new friends based on adopting this lifestyle.
Yeah, amazing. And what about creatine? Do you take creatine at all or no?
I do. I take about 5, I think it's grams a day. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I was wondering. I know I'm going to have an expert on, Dr. Richie Kerwin, I think his name is. He's going to come on to
Mhm.
talk about creatine because I've been interested in it. I know Ted Carr takes creatine. He said that's when he really started getting like big muscles in the gym, but I don't know too much about it.
Yeah, it was something when I was doing bodybuilding, my coach, he basically said, take it. It's good for you. Essentially, there's a lot of great benefits to it. And so I take it. I just make sure I drink a lot of water, because the warning on label on the back says drink a lot of water. But yeah, you'll definitely see a big difference in your physique when you take creatine. So I look forward to hearing that podcast with the expert who can tell more about it.
Yeah. Yeah. And have you done any juice fasting? I can't remember if you said you did, right?
Yeah, I did actually. It was a long time ago. Is when I
Oh,
really
yeah.
got
That
into
was
this more.
before everything.
Yes,
Yeah. And
yes.
that was a good experience though, right? You
It
lost a lot of
was,
weight and
yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I was supposed to do it for 60 days. I stopped at 55 days. I was going to go on vacation.
Yeah.
I lost 50 pounds in 55 days, and it was completely transformative. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
wonderful.
I love juicing. Well, this has been amazing. I've loved talking to you about your story. Is there anything else you think we've missed, or like any more inspiration for somebody watching, maybe any more tips or anything at all about your story that you think I've missed that you want to share with the viewers?
Yeah, really, just with the viewers, for anyone who is interested in adopting this lifestyle, just get started. This lifestyle has really changed my life. It's really shaped my thought process. It's given me a lot of clarity. It's really changed the person who I am. I feel completely different than when I adopted this lifestyle a year ago. So just get started. Find you a good community to surround yourself with, who's going to help you level up your commitment to this lifestyle. Because once you do, you're really going to start soaring as far as your abilities and what you think you can accomplish. It's really going to give you a lot of confidence. So just get started.
I love that. And do you think you'll ever go back to animal products or no?
Absolutely not. You couldn't pay me enough. I mean, after witnessing all the benefits and how I feel on a day in, day out basis, I realized that lifestyle isn't for me, and that the plant based is king and superior to all the other lifestyles.
Yeah, it really is. And you're just a testament to that, an example of that. And I just love this story so much. I love you. I think you are so inspiring. You've come such a long way in just a year. So if
Yes.
anybody out there is watching, like just think making these changes now, where you could be in a year, whether or not you have these types of health problems or different problems, or even just don't feel happy, feel depressed, feel tired and lethargic. You're not meant to feel that way. You're meant to feel amazing. You deserve to feel amazing and live your best life. And these whole foods, they just do so much for your body, your mind, your soul, and to just make you create and live your best life. So I hope you guys got inspired watching this. Lawrence is amazing. I want to thank you again, Lawrence, for coming on, for sharing your story. It's incredible. And I will link Lawrence's group below, his Instagram, all his socials and everything. Go follow him. Go sign up for his stuff. He's incredible. And make sure you subscribe to the channel if you don't already. And we love you guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.